Welcome to another VeVe Digital Collectibles breakdown video. I'm Corey with VeVe, and today I have the pleasure of not only talking about the next release from Ron English. Ron English is here to speak to us about his upcoming Mogul Grin. Ron, thank you so much for taking the time to come speak with us about this upcoming Mogul Grin release. Our collectors here on VeVe are very familiar with your work, but for our new collectors, could you give us a quick introduction to who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Ron English. I'm an artist. I originally became known going around the United States and repainting all the billboards with parody ads in the 1980s and 90s.
You, like many of the artists that I speak to here on VeVe, have been working more and more in the digital space. As technology has been advancing, the ability for artists to create in that space has also been increasing. Can you touch on your efforts moving into the digital space?
No, I think all this stuff was, even though it was made long before there was even an internet, I was always looking for it to be something like that. You know, one of my big inspirations was Pink Floyd The Wall, and more recently I've been able to do a tour of Elra, which is very similar, of music mixed with my giant sculptures of my figures and people playing the different characters. So, you know, the idea was to create this immersive world. And then the idea of it making it digital is even better because it can make it a lot more accessible and you can do a lot more stuff.
Ron, is this piece a one-of concept, or does it tie into a larger picture that you're trying to paint?
I've been developing a project for VeVe that is called Delusionville, and it's this underground world. I've developed over 100 characters that exist in this world and written songs for these characters and designed houses and religions and politics and cars and trains and planes for these characters. So basically for the past few years, we've been getting ready for the VeVeverse.
All right, Ron, let's dial in a little bit tighter. The Mogul Grin release that is coming. Can you give us a little bit of insight behind the creation of this character? What was the idea?
Well, when I was developing Delusionville, I also developed a bunch of concepts for games. So the first game that we're putting out is Mogul Grin, and it's, you know, obviously a parody of Monopoly, but each one of the spaces and the houses and the cars is uniquely mine, and the Mogul Grin becomes my character, the Grin. So my character, I think it's my most iconic character. It's like the happy face, and he grins, and you can see his entire skull. His motto is, he makes money, so you don't have to.
I love that. Now, for the Mogul Grin, people who are super familiar with your work, Ron, will see a piece of art or a collectible. They'll see that grin and they'll go, that's Ron English. But for newer collectors and people discovering you for the first time, what is the story behind the grin?
I think, with a lot of companies, corporations and stuff, they create a brand image, and the brand image may be the antithesis of what they're actually doing or what they are. If MetLife uses Snoopy, then it's not possible to hate Snoopy. It creates like a level of love on top of this corporation. So the idea with this is like, they're all creating their happy faces to front their enterprises. And then I'm just taking it to the next level and showing what's underneath the happy face.
All right, Ron, I'm going to go over the drop details for this upcoming release, then we'll come right back to you and you can give our collectors some deeper insights on each of these unique colorways that are releasing. Ron English's Mogul Grin release is scheduled for Friday, September 29th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. With 3 unique colorways to select from, this blind box waitlist drop has a retail price of 30 gems. All right, Ron, let's look at each one and you can give us a little bit more detail. First, we have the Mogul Grin Black Tie, coming in as a rare, meaning 1,444 editions. What's the story behind this colorway, Ron?
Yeah, Mogul made his money the old-fashioned way. He inherited it, which is kind of like a weird thing because it's there are some people that can start with nothing and, actually create a fortune in modern capitalism, but that's super rare. A lot of the concept behind this stuff is the disparity between social classes and people's lot in life.
Next, we have Mogul Grin Greed Green, coming in as an ultra rare, meaning 1,111 editions. All right, Ron, can you give us a little bit of a deeper insight on this one?
Well, I picked green because green is the color of money and it automatically triggers that with people. I think most people walk around thinking why is all my money in somebody else's bank account? Well, this is the guy who's all your money's in his bank account. So.
And last, we have the Mogul Grin Gold Skull, coming in as the secret rare, minting 666 editions. The golden calf is owned by the other half. Beauty may only be skin deep, but a gold skull don't come cheap. What you sow, Mogul Grin shall reap. Love the gold grin on this one, Ron. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, Mogul Grin is the doorway to a whole universe, and he is the first reveal. So people that kind of stick with the Mogul are going to have a lot of magical things happen for them.
All right, that's all the collectibles in this Series 1. Ron, do you have any message for our collectors on VeVe that you'd like to share?
I'd just like to say, thank you to the VeVe crew and all the VeVe fans, and it's just been an amazing ride being a part of this, and I'm so proud to get to be a part of this, and I'm so happy that Dan and David look to some of us independent creators. And, I know everybody's, Marvel has millions of fans, DC has millions of fans, but, there's also some of us that are independent creators, and all these characters we created, every character in Delusionville I created, every song I wrote, it's great to support the independents, because that's where the creativity is really coming from.
And that's a wrap for this breakdown video. Big thanks to Ron and his entire studio for helping facilitate this interview. On behalf of VeVe, we're very excited to continue bringing Ron's unique perspective and art to our platform. And I'm looking forward to talking to Ron more in the future as more things release. With that said, best of luck if you decide to go for this one. Until the next breakdown video, keep learning, sharing, and collecting what you love. This is Corey with VeVe, signing off.